Hey guys, Barry Groover here. Let's talk about vitamin D. I talk about this in the S part of the New Start program is sunlight. Sunlight is key for vitamin D. So, what we have here is I'm doing the rave. Let's talk about what he says for vitamin D. If there is a single micronutrient that practically all Americans are deficient in, it is vitamin D, known as the sunshine vitamin, and having adequate amount of this vitamin is critical in fighting a wide variety of diseases, especially cancer. Vitamin D is also important for bones as it facilitates the absorption of calcium into the bone, and a vitamin D deficiency will allow only a fraction of the calcium available to be absorbed by the bone. Because of our lifestyles, we simply do not get out in the sun much, which accounts for the deficiency. Of course, there are vitamin D supplements, but again, they cannot hold a candle to the supercharged vitamin D you can get naturally because it is much more powerful than the synthetic vitamin D available in supplements. Unfortunately, sunscreens block the production of vitamin D, so you have to get a little sunlight before you put on sunscreen. Also, you should allow full spectrum sunlight to enter your eyes, so avoid wearing sunglasses. Here are some general rules of thumb. During the summer, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., the angle of the sun is important. Fair-skinned people should get just 10 minutes of exposure, while very dark-skinned people should get 30 minutes several times a week. Those with skin colors in between can adjust accordingly. You should expose about 25% of your body, i.e., face, hands, and arms, or arms and legs. Use your common sense and never, ever allow yourself to come close to being sunburned. In fact, if you know how long it will take before you burn, about 1/4 of that time would be adequate. Moderate sunlight exposure during the summer is enough to allow you to maintain healthy vitamin D levels throughout the year because the body stores this vitamin and releases it as needed. If you cannot get out in the sun, especially in the winter months, the recommended supplement dosage should be about 1,000 IU a day. The government has set the safe upper limit at 2,000 IU a day. Despite the bad publicity regarding indoor tanning facilities, they can be safe if you do it responsibly, and, most important, the facility uses low-pressure lamps, which emit a balance of UVA and UVB rays. Because of the PR job done by institutions such as the American Cancer Society, many people are practically hysterical about exposing their skin to the sun for fear of getting skin cancer. This hysteria is not justified and can actually do severe damage to your health. In fact, the highest rates of melanoma, the most deadly skin cancer, are found in people who spend most of their time indoors away from the sun, and melanomas usually occur in parts of the body that receive no sun exposure. In addition, there's no credible scientific evidence that moderate sun exposure causes melanomas. In fact, there are many scientific studies showing a lower incidence of melanoma when people are regularly exposed to sunlight. People who received a lot of sun exposure up to the time of their melanoma diagnosis had better survival rates than those who received little sun exposure. Keep in mind that when we are sunburned, the redness is caused by blood rushing to the skin in order to repair damaged cells and destroy any that have turned cancerous. If your immune system is running on empty, the repair job will be less than perfect, leaving cancer cells behind to multiply, which goes a long way in explaining why we have skin cancer an epidemic across this country, despite spending less time outdoors than our forebears. With a strong immune system, there won't be a problem. And, in fact, squamous cell and basal cell cancer should easily go away with this diet. The consumption of animal protein has a tendency to block the production of the vitamin D we receive from the sun, thereby reducing the amount of supercharged vitamin D available to our bodies. This is just another reason to eliminate animal products from our diets. Bottom line, a good diet can do more to thwart skin cancer than staying away from the sun. Sun exposure should be encouraged because the benefits for cancer prevention are incalculable. Doing the rave, baby. Let's go.